From speculation about a leak to officially showcasing a teaser, the Texans have shown you one of their new uniforms. What do you make of them? Welcome into the channel. I'm Cody Stoots. Let's talk some Texans, and let's talk about the Texans uniform leak that turned into an official teaser image from Cal McNair on Reddit. So if you have been paying attention throughout the day, the Texans had an image of their new uniforms leak out on social media. It was somebody who was modeling the uniform, wearing the new white uniform with blue pants and the helmet, and that image was out there, unofficial, and people who had seen the uniforms probably weren't supposed to say anything because, like me, they signed an NDA about those uniforms. And then Cal McNair goes on Reddit, where there was a lot of conversation about that leaked picture, and goes ahead and releases a teaser image for one of the four new uniforms. Now, again, I've seen the four uniforms. There are four uniforms for the Texans. They are going to showcase them the week of the draft. 4/23 is the release date, and that's all I can say about it. But the images the Texans have showcased for us, we can talk about it. We can break it down. We can go over some of the details and the conversations that we can see from these teaser images. So let's start with that leaked picture from earlier today. Okay, initial reaction was the lighting is not great. There's a lot over here on this side, not as much over here. It's not a unique and uniform, or it's not, a uniform lighting situation for this. So it does showcase a little bit about the uniforms, but that was the leaked picture. This is clearly not an NFL player that is wearing these uniforms, but the Texans did put some NFL players in those new uniforms. In their teaser image that they released, how about Nico Collins and Tank Dell? Now, the Texans released this initially on Reddit through Cal McNair and then tweeted it on the Houston Texans Twitter account. And these are the uniforms, the white tops with the blue bottoms. The official color names, I would think, will come out with the uniforms. I don't want to speculate if this is an official color name. Hey, it's deep steel blue this, it's Liberty white that, it's battle red this. Official color names, I'm sure, will show up, or they'll just transition the color names over there. But let's take a look at these jerseys. Initial reaction. Now, again, when I got to see the uniforms, I did not get to see them on an NFL player in a lit-up atmosphere. It was kind of a little bit darker. And so the initial conversation versus what you see when it looks like on Nico Collins or Tank Dell, and with it well lit like this and well lit like it will be on game days or game nights for the Houston Texans, I really like these white uniforms. I think they're really snazzy. I think they're clean. They adjusted, but they didn't drastically change what was going on with the uniforms. Let's look at some of the details that we can see from this uniform. Again, I'm trying not to get in trouble. I told you that I signed an NDA, but we can talk about the image that the Texans released and look at some of the things that we see. And I feel like the first thing you're going to notice are the horn-looking elements here on the shoulders. It certainly does look like it is going to be a horn-centric element here on the white jerseys. You can't see it up at Tank because he's throwing up the H, but that horn-centric element there on the shoulder pads is something to notice and drastically different than what the Texans used to have from that uniform. You'll see Houston across the chest here with a little adjustment there. And this is kind of I don't know if this is lets airflow in. I don't know if this is just something to make it look cool, but the collars are a little bit different here. That's just a small adjustment. No drastic change or detailing to the front of the pants so far. It'll be interesting to see exactly what those sides of the pants, again, this is what the image shows, so we're going to talk about what the image shows. And then look at the lettering here, the number here. The number has sort of a mesh detail to it that allows the white to kind of roll through on this number. So you've got the three primary colors showcased within this number. The red outline, the number is blue, and then it's got the ability to showcase that white uniform through it. And then let's take a look at these helmets. Nothing that you can glean too much from the helmets. And when I zoom in too far, it just gets pixelated, so it's not going to show us anything from that standpoint. But it looks like you're going to have your traditional Texans logo here on the side of the helmet. Of course, Texans across there. But I feel like these look really sharp, and these are fun-looking uniforms. The red is not as battle red as some of the other ones, but again, this is a picture. We're not seeing it in person. I'm looking at it on a computer screen. You're looking at it on a computer screen off of my computer screen. So it's a little bit different red, but it's lit up. It looks like it's going to pop really well. And if you're asking me, it looks like the blue is just a teensy tiny bit darker than the blue that they have been using over the past couple of seasons. The font is going to need to grow on me a little bit. I don't know exactly about these numbers. The 3 looks slick. We can't see Nico Collins' 12 as clearly, but what I really want to see is, what does the 7 look like? What does CJ Stroud's 7 look like in this number font? What does Will Anderson's 51 look like in this number font as well? That's 2 of the things that I'm interested in and thinking of when it comes to what these uniforms will look like. So that is one of the 4 uniforms that the Houston Texans are going to wear in the future. It is a white top with a blue bottom, new numbers from a font standpoint, new numbers from an outline and design standpoint. And of course, one of your big changes, the horn elements there on the shoulder as well. I really do feel like most fans are going to enjoy these uniforms. You can't please everybody. There's a huge Texans fan base to please, so not everybody is going to be happy or thrilled with the uniforms. I do know this, having seen the other 3 uniforms, and as we talked about this one on the image that the Texans released publicly, I do feel like that the T-shirts, the hats, your average fan gear, in addition to the uniforms, is going to look really good. I really am excited to see what the team does with hats, with jerseys, with just your regular average T-shirt, maybe some of the giveaways, other things that they can put the new designs and maybe even, as it looks like, new colors on there. I am excited for that. And as we get closer to uniform reveal, it's obviously going to be draft time, but right after the uniform reveal, stay tuned because we'll give you a chance to win some new gear right here on the YouTube channel. How are you going to do that? Well, you're going to have to watch along, and to watch along, it'd be best to subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up on this video and like it if you haven't already. What do you think about the Texans uniforms? Let me know in the comment section down below, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about these uniform announcements and reveals, any more in the future that the Texans have, and then so much time to talk about the guys that are in the uniforms. Houston football's got a big breakdown of trades Nick Caserio could make if he wanted to keep chasing a wide receiver, and how likely it is that the Texans could make some of those trades. Houston football, the link is in the description down below. You don't want to miss out on that. Appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like the new uniforms. And if you don't like them, let me know what you don't like in the comment section down below. And I can't wait till we talk Texans and more about the players in the uniforms again soon.